You've probably seen your dog do something and just assumed you understood it. But what if most of what you think is actually wrong? What if some of the things your dog does every single day aren't random, aren't just habits, but messages you've been missing this whole time? Because the truth is, dogs are always communicating, just not in the language you were ever taught to understand. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. Let's start with something simple. Your dog tilts their head when you talk. Most people think it's cute. Maybe they think it means the dog is confused or just reacting to your voice. But that's not really what's happening. That head tilt is focus. Your dog is trying to understand you better. They're adjusting their ears, reading your tone, even watching your facial expressions. It's one of the clearest signs your dog is actually paying deep attention to you. But here's what most owners completely miss: when your dog stops doing it. Because when that curiosity fades, it can mean they've stopped trying to read you. And that shift, it doesn't happen randomly. Now think about this. When your dog follows you everywhere, room to room, step by step, most people laugh it off. Oh, my dog is just clingy. But that's not the full story. Dogs are pack animals. In the wild, separation can mean danger. So when your dog follows you, it's not just attachment, it's instinct. You are their safety, their anchor. But here's the part that changes everything. If your dog starts following you more than usual, especially suddenly, that could be anxiety. Something in their environment has changed, something you might not even notice. And your dog, they're looking to you for reassurance. Which brings us to something even more misunderstood. When your dog avoids eye contact, a lot of people think, oh, they're guilty. They know they did something wrong. But guilt isn't actually something dogs experience the way humans do. That look they give you, that's not guilt. It's submission. Your dog is responding to your tone, your posture, your energy. They're trying to calm the situation, to avoid conflict. So when you think they're feeling bad, they're actually just trying to feel safe. And that changes how you respond, doesn't it? Because punishment in that moment doesn't teach them what you think it does. It only teaches fear. But here's something even deeper, something almost no one talks about. When your dog yawns, not when they're tired, but in random moments, during training, during eye contact, during tension, that yawn is stress, a calming signal. Your dog is literally trying to regulate the situation, to bring things back to neutral. And once you notice it, you start seeing it everywhere. The small pauses, the subtle shifts, the quiet signals that say, I'm overwhelmed. And this is where everything starts to change. Because now you're not just seeing behavior, you're seeing emotion, real emotion. If this is changing how you see your dog, even a little, hit like and subscribe. Because what you're about to understand next, most owners never do. Let's talk about when your dog brings you toys. You probably think they want to play. And sometimes that's true, but not always. Sometimes your dog is offering you something valuable. It's a gesture, a form of connection. In the wild, sharing resources builds trust. So when your dog drops their favorite toy at your feet, they're not just asking, they're giving. And what happens if you ignore it? That moment of connection gets lost. Now, here's something that might surprise you even more. When your dog leans against you, not sits near you, not lies next to you, but actually presses their body into yours. That's not random. That's comfort. That's trust at its highest level. Your dog feels safe enough to physically relax into you. But here's the twist. If they suddenly stop doing this, it might not be because they grew out of it. It could mean something shifted in how safe they feel. And those shifts are always subtle at first, until one day they're not. And finally, let's talk about the moment your dog just sits there staring at nothing. You call their name, no response. They seem distant. Most people think, oh, they're just being weird. But sometimes they're processing. Dogs live in a sensory world far deeper than ours. Sounds you can't hear, movements you can't see, changes in energy you don't notice. So when they pause like that, they're not disconnected, they're tuned in to something else. And the more you understand that, the more you realize your dog isn't random. They're not confusing, they're incredibly aware. Every look, every movement, Every small behavior, it all means something. And the biggest mistake most owners make is assuming it doesn't. Because your dog isn't just behaving, they're communicating. The question is, are you finally ready to listen?